Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem Rakakodah. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. I didn't put anything together. I didn't put no scriptures together. I'm just going to go with the spirit. Some scriptures kind of came to mind. Anyway, I'll give you the title in a couple of seconds. It says this is put up by GMS Vegas Sit Downs 144K. If Jake can't deal with the bitterness of an herb, how much more the adversity of Jacob's trouble. So now there's a video, and I saw the video pretty much when it was live. These guys are asking for money. Yeah, you can watch the live. The Passover is going to be entertainment and this, that, like it's a concert almost. And they said it's $20. You click on the thing, and then immediately you had people come on there saying, "Why we got to pay some money?" And they were cursing the guys out. So I said, first of all, if you had a live thing, the building costs a lot, but those people are not there at the building, so why they got to fucking pay? So anyway, I'll give you a title, like I said, in a minute. These are two demons. They come from Sakari for the Eli's little kids, for real. All right. But they're putting this thing about this guy's selling menorahs. They selling everything that ain't nailed down. These dudes do this shit for money, and that's in the scriptures. But anyway, I'm gonna entitle this video the bitterness of an herb. The scriptures are bitter. The scriptures are bitter. See, if you notice this, when we went through it, we didn't do last night. We didn't do anything because we got started late, so we went right into it. But anyway, we ate the lamb, the herbs. The bitter herbs, which is horseradish, which wasn't even bitter for some reason. This ain't really bitter. I like it when it's real bitter. I like it when that stuff come through your nose. To drink the wine. So you gotta eat the lamb. You gotta eat the lamb. You gotta eat the bread, which in Matthew's represents the bread represents the bread represents the Lord's body. The wine represents his blood. The lamb also represents his body because he's the lamb, right? He's the lamb. What else did I mention? I meant the bitter herbs, the unleavened bread, bitter herbs, and wine. So 4 things, right? And you got to eat it. It's symbolic for the bitter. The reason why the bread was unleavened because they had to rush out. That was the night that they were leaving so-called Egypt, Mizraim. So they had to rush out with the bread, so they didn't have time to that the death angel was coming, the grim reaper, Yahweh Shai was coming to kill the firstborn of every individual family that has children or even cattle. Animals, and you had to take the hyssop, dip it into the lamb's or the goat's blood, and smear it on the doorpost. And another thing, for you guys that claim you keeping the Passover perfectly, you ain't keeping the Passover. You rehearsing righteous acts. None of you guys have owned farms, and even if you do own farms, you're not doing everything that the scriptures tell you to do, pursuant according to following the instructions of keeping the Passover correctly. So now he made a statement. Blockhead number 2 made a statement. He said we're gonna have romaine lettuce, which is not an herb. It's a vegetable that's not bitter at all. And he didn't say nothing about it. And this guy wears a hat at all times. And I believe he puts a razor to his head. He lines himself up. So they're not dealing with every aspect of the scriptures. So if you don't eat the herbs, well, that's a part of the Passover. And it tells you, like the dough didn't receive any meat. It was a night of death. So they had to make the bread, with not leaven. Now, if you Issachar, you like Mexican food, tortillas and stuff, that's all unleavened bread. Some of it's made from flour without leaven. Some of it's made from corn. And that's the Issachar, the so-called Mexicans eat that bread because they were the people back then. And it was a tribe of Issachar among the other tribes. It was 13 tribes at that time, that all of them had that flat bread. And you're required to eat it, during the Passover, 7 days of the Passover. So okay, it started. And by the way, on top of this, we didn't look out to see the moon, but the moon was a blood moon, which the moon turns red, which is a lunar eclipse. Look it up. Lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse, the blood moon occurred at night. So you look in clear night, look in the right direction, you see the moon as being blood red. When Yahushua was on this cross, scientists will tell you this. You can look it up. Then when the Lord died on the cross, did he die on a lunar eclipse? So let's look it up. Now, let me just say this. The lamb represents the Lord. He's the lamb and the lion. The bread represents his body. The wine represents his blood. But it also represents the scripture, because when you read the scriptures, you're eating the scriptures. So you're eating the lamb. Behold, I come in the volume of the book, it is spoken to me. So you're eating the lamb when you read the scriptures. You're drinking the wine. The scriptures are known as the wine when it makes references to the wine. Solomon said, I will give thee spiced wine. What is he talking about? He's talking about the truth in the scriptures. Bitter herbs is talking about the woe. I'm going to show you something. In John the apostle, when he ate the roll, he said it was sweet, but then it became bitter. Well, guess what? That's the bitterness of the herb when you eat the Passover. So when you say, "Oh, I don't like the," he said it like a kid. I don't like that. It's yucky. It's nasty. He said it in that attitude. Well, John had to eat it, and he had to experience the bitterness of it. If he was John on the Isle of Patmos, he would have spit it out. I don't like this. John ate it, and he had to digest it. So, you know what, man? Let me go ahead and let it play. So the lamb is, behold, I come in the volume of the book, it is spoken of me. Was that Psalms 40:7? He says, the scriptures say to eat the roll. John was to eat the little book. Ezekiel was to eat the whole roll. What is that? Ezekiel chapter 2. It says that this, let me see something. Part of the business of this truth that you're into is you're going to have loved ones that's going to die. And that's the bitterness of it. The bitterness of the book is suffering. Deuteronomy 28 was starting at the 15th verse on down. That the sweetness is the first 14, 15 verses. From the 15th, 16th verse down to the end, those are the curses. And those curses apply to the different, like the vocab says, oh, well, that's talking about the Assyrians. No, it's talking about the various captivities that we went into. When you read it, it says in not too many words, when you go to these different nations, So one part of Deuteronomy 28 is talking about the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago. We're still suffering, like, chattel slavery, the transatlantic slave trade. That's talking about 200 years ago or so, and we're still under the curses. We're not blessed. We're not experiencing in any way, shape, or form the first 14, 15 verses, which are blessings. Okay, we are not in a position to lend to other nations. So Deuteronomy 28 is the sweet and the bitter. John had to eat the little book, and he didn't like the fact that he tasted the bitter, but he ate it. It was already in him. This guy Hassad don't want the bitter. Let me see something. You might have you're gonna get ready to be married, right? The Most High could take her out and tell you don't cry. And that happened to was that Amos? I believe it was either Amos or Ezekiel. I hadn't gone to that in a while, but he told. Let me do this. I'm gonna do a little cheat sheet. Give me a second. God killed the prophet's wife and said not to cry. Ezekiel. Yep. Ezekiel. In the biblical story of Ezekiel, I don't know why I said Amos. The Most High instructed the prophet that his wife would die, and he was commanded not to mourn her death, which served as a symbolic act of foreshadowing of the destruction of the temple and suffering of the Israelites. Beautiful. Everything is symbolic, right? Now, you know what I'm going to do? Let me go ahead and get the scripture, and let me read it. So this guy said, I'm getting ready to get married in 2 weeks or whatever. The Most High could take her out. She might not be one of the elect, and you might be it. And that's the bitterness, man. And you ain't ready for the bitterness. That's why you're gonna bug out and you're gonna fall off. Okay? And I expect a response from you, blockhead. I like to, get you mad. And you can forget, we were talking about our favorite chief high priest all last night. He's having a ball. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let me see here. I'm try to go to the points on the man. Take away the desire of the eyes, the stroke, either mourn or weep, neither shall. Okay. Also, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke. That's talking about his wife. The Most High said, I'm going to kill your wife. Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shall thy tears run down. I'm gonna kill your wife, and you better not get sad about it. You better not mourn it. Forbear to cry. Make no mourning for the dead, because your wife is dead. Bind the tire of thine head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men. So I spake unto the people in the morning, and at evening my wife died, and I did in the morning as I was commanded. So you might get tested like that. Because you're gonna be all in. You're making money. You got them. You selling everything that's not nailed down, including things that's nailed down. You selling everything, including the nails. So you'll have a happy marriage, and the Most High just take your wife away by a stroke. The word was stroke, right? And that's the bitterness. So when that happens, you're gonna bug out. If that happens, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but that could happen, and that's the bitterness. And you might say, I'm at the Most High. I don't believe in the Most High. Like Ringo TV. Okay, he wasn't really in Israel anyway. He said, and the people said unto me, will thou not tell us what these things are to us, that thou doeth so? Then I answered them, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, thus saith Yahweh the Most High, behold, I will profane my sanctuary. Right, that's the fulfillment of his wife getting killed. This is what it represents. Your wife represents the sanctuary, the temple, the Israelites, the excellency of your strength, the desire of your eyes, which is your wife. She had to be a beautiful woman. And that which your soul pitieth, and your sons and your daughters whom ye have left shall fall by the sword. That's Israel being taken down, and not just one, the Roman Empire, 70 AD, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Greeks. And ye shall do as I have done. Ye shall not cover your lips. When the Most High jacks this place up and jacked up the people, the ones of you that remain that experience it, don't cry. Nor eat the bread of men. Now this is a prime example to get it straight in your mind. If you ever saw the movie Any Given Sunday, there was a scene where who's this dude? Damn, man, he ain't played in so long. He played I believe he played for the Jets or the Giants. Damn, damn. Somebody help me out, man. I should know his name. Anyway, in the movie, he took a buzzsaw and he chopped Jamie Foxx's SUV in half. He literally chopped it in half. And this guy said, "What the fuck you doing with my SUV or whatever?" And and the lesson was this. He said, defense and offense got to work together. There's not you can't separate the two. So he made him wake up to what he was talking about, and he gave him an example. So guess what? The fuck is this guy, J.D. Taylor? The fuck? I'm sorry, man. Sorry, y'all. Forgive me for cursing. I don't want to come off like the cussing pastor. But anyway, the Most High gave him he said, look, Israel's going to be taken down by other nations, ultimately by nations. Your temple is going to be destroyed. That was during the time of the Babylonians, right? Then you had 70 AD. Then you got the hardcore slavery. So this represents your wife being killed, and you don't cry about it. Okay, heads, shoes upon their feet, and ye shall not weep, right? Ezekiel quoting. So you got the rest of the story, right? That's the bitterness. That's the bitterness. That was a bitter. The saying is that's a bitter pill to swallow, or however the saying goes, right? So guess what? Ezekiel had to take that bitter herb, that bitter pill. Okay, 2. Okay. Okay, so the role, and I love Ezekiel chapter 2 and Ezekiel chapter 3, the prophet's call. And he said unto him, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered me and spake, heard his voice, and I send thee to children of Israel. Just like this represents us being the prophets going to the children of Israel. It says, 28th verse, but thou son of man, hear what I say unto thee, be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. That includes the bitter herbs. What's the bitter herbs? The Bible, the bitter in my belly, John's belly, was the bitter herbs. You got to eat the lamb. You got to eat the bitter herbs, not little romaine salad or Snickers bar. You got to drink the wine, which is the blood of Yahweh. You got to eat the bread. You know? So this guy said, showing you that the Most High is not dealing with him, he should really do some, introspection. He should look into himself, because he may not be one of the. He defied what the Most High told the Israelites to do. You're gonna eat bread without leaven in it. You're gonna eat the bitter herbs, which represents the bitterness of the captivity that you were in. You're going to drink the wine, which Yahweh brings it up to date. The wine is my blood. The bread is my body. And part of it is eating the herbs. So when you might say, well, I'm going to keep the Passover, but I'm not going to eat lamb because I'm a vegetarian. Like the minister of wellness, which he got scriptures to talk about. He ain't supposed to eat. He don't know nothing. Now he thinks he's an Israelite. Yeah, he says some good things, but he's not no real Israelite. You know, he has it's Sabbath. First of all, Sabbath is based upon the new moon, which other guys go off. You guys the reason why you guys go by the new moon, being the Sabbath is based on the new moon, because you came up under GMS. But now, let me keep reading. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm kind of mumbling a little bit, because I'm a little excited. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Hassad, brother Hassad, is part of that rebellious house. I don't give a damn how many scriptures you can quote. Esau quotes scriptures too, my nigga. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. What did the Most High give you every year? You got to eat the. You don't want to eat the herbs the rest of the year. You don't have to. But on that night, you best to eat them damn herbs. And when I looked, behold, and hand was sent unto me, just like John on the Isle of Patmos, and lo, a roll of a book was therein, the little book that was given to John. And he spread it before me, because it was a roll, and it was written within and without, and there was writing, and there was written therein, lamentations, bitterness, and mourning. Remember, he had to mourn. His wife died and he couldn't mourn, and that was a time to mourn, to represent Israel being jacked up. And woe. That's your bitterness right there. Let me go to Revelation. You got, we ain't gonna have bitter herb. And here you got the negative of Charlie Brown. Didn't say a goddamn thing. 10. So neither of them guys, in my opinion, are of the elect. And ain't nobody in the elect is gonna say, I ain't gonna eat no herbs. That's yucky. Okay, Revelation 10. The Passover is symbolic of what we into now, man. Okay, let me do this. I'll start at 9. Let's see. Revelation 10, verse 9. Now, being that you said you guys are not going to eat, you didn't say I'm not going to eat it. Everybody else can eat it. From what I take is, and I'm gonna let it play. We're going to use lettuce. So the people that, I don't know how many people followed y'all, I guarantee you, everybody ate lettuce. Nobody said, well, where's the bitter herbs? Because you got a lot of zombies in these different camps. Like Trump said, I love my poorly educated people. Well, that applies to Israel. These Israelite self-proclaimed leaders love their poorly educated Israelites. That's a topic right there for anybody that want to take it. Poorly educated. You know what I mean? Like Nate makes a statement back in 2016, October, November. He got up one morning and said, oh, you know what? The new moon is on the full moon. He taught it to the congregation. For years, they've been saying the new moon is the dark moon. When he said it, they, no problem. No problem. MOTB. If he gets up does a class, and he said, you know what? I went through this thing, and I could be wrong. I'm a man. It can go in the scriptures where prophets are wrong and false prophets and this, that, and the other. And I thought it this way and this, and I repented of that. And he says the mark of the beast is the microchip. Don't take it. Guess what? All them zombies are going to get it. You know why? Because Nate loves his poorly educated zombies. That's another title. It says, and when I went to the angel, and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Oh, this is good. When you digest it, you're going to feel the bitterness. The bitterness. We're going to look up the word bitter. And I took the little book. The little book represents the whole Bible. I'm going to show you that Hassad does not take the whole book. He does not deal with the whole. I'm going to show you that. And I would love this guy to respond on video. Because what we see right through your asses, man. I see you coming a mile away, Joker. Inside joke. And I looked, and I took the little book, the whole scriptures, out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth, sweet as honey. This tastes good. Tastes like a Snicker bar. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. But he already ate it. He had to eat it. He didn't say, well, what does it taste like? He just ate it. All right? And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again. Why did he say eat the book? And after he ate the book, the little book, which is the whole scriptures, Old Testament, New. Well, wait a minute. No, it ain't talking about, because all the books were put together. The book, the little book, dumbass, represents the whole book, including the Apocrypha. And it applies to us. It says a lot of people fall off because it tastes good. Oh yeah, this is all right. But then when the bitter part comes, you might get arrested. We got arrested. I got arrested a couple of times. I've got locked up a couple of times for this truth, bro. It said, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. Now, this right here, you know, let me go into that. This right here, none of these scholars know what that means. Okay, I'm going to go to the let me just hit it. Okay, I'm going to try to go to Bible Hub because I'm familiar with it. Go to commentary. Let's see what they say. So according to what you said, you ain't going to eat no bitter herbs. And Hassad said, he said it. He acquiesced. He made a tacit admission that he would not eat the bitter herbs. Now, Hakkad could say, no, I did eat the bitter herbs. He just didn't eat it. Everybody else ate it. Okay, well, guess what? The Most High gonna fuck him up. Okay. That means you spit out the book, the whole book. Okay, let's see what this says. Okay, thou must prophesy again. Some try to make out that there is here a new commission given to the apostle, and that the reminder of the book there are higher mysteries in the foregoing part, but it is surely simpler to take it as a personal warning to the apostle himself. He has to see the end of all things, but you see, they don't know what they're talking about. But his own earthly work and duties were not at an end. He had already prophesied before many people and nations and tongues and kings. Whether Nero or Domitian was the last of these, and he would have to do the same again. He would have to do the same again. When the question is for you scholars out there, when did John do it again? What did he do? He prophesied before nations, tongues, kings, right? He said you're gonna have to do it again. It's not symbolic. He's gonna have to go before nations, kings, and tongues and talk to them again. So this is a future event. So when did it happen? That's reincarnation right there. That's reincarnation right there. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? Let me just do this. Give me a second. Give me a second. I got to find this. Right. If Jay can't deal with the bitterness, right? So I'm going to let you hear it. So these guys are not, oh, no, let me let you hear it, and I'm going to say some other things. Because these guys, these two men right here, Hakar and Hassad, they're not men of the Lord. They're not prophets. They're not amongst the elect. If they don't repent, they're not of the elect. Alazar is damn sure not one of the elect, because the elect wouldn't do no freaky ass shit that he did. Okay? So as it stands, these guys, if these guys were part of the elect, they would be down with, they'd be the affiliate camp of GMS. They would every time they did their classes, they would say, you know, to the apostles, you know, double honors to the apostles. They ain't saying that, man. These are two demons that crept in unawares. Okay? So being that you said, we're not going to eat it, you had a discussion with this guy, we're not going to eat it, he probably said, yeah, and I guarantee you didn't eat the herbs. You can tell me that you did. No, to heart, for your information, I did eat herbs. Okay, good. But he didn't eat the herbs. He made it known of that. That means he didn't want the whole book. Let me let you hear it, and I'm going to give you one example as to they didn't want the bitter herbs. I'm going to give you, and you know what I'm going to go to. You ones that are smart.
I used to sell dope, now I don't sell nothing but hope.
Yeah, seriously, and I've had a rough couple weeks. But again, what bitter herbs are you eating? So we're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but it's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating that.
He's not one of the elect. Brother Hassad is not one of the elect. Brother Hassad is not one of the elect. I know he's watching, getting mad as hell. When he goes to the gym the next day, he's gonna hit them pads a little harder than he normally hits. You know, if anything, you better practice your Philly shell. Cause when the Most High coming, he coming to take it all. Let's hear that again. He just condemned himself.
I used to sell dope, now I don't sell nothing but hope.
Yeah, seriously, and I've had a rough couple weeks. But again, what?
He doesn't like anything rough. You know? He can never go through what Paul went through. Let me hear that again. We had rough years. Fuck y'all talking about, man? He wouldn't deal with that shipwreck. Paul, I ain't with this no more, Paul. I'm out of here.
I used to sell dope, now I don't sell nothing but hope.
Yeah, seriously, and I've had a rough couple of weeks. But again, what bitter herbs are you eating? So we're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but it's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating that. Somebody said kids' Bibles.
Listen to that one more time.
Yeah.
If you notice, you poorly educated Israelite zombies out there, you're gonna get mad, get mad, and stay mad until the missiles come and do away with your black asses. This man right here is not one of the elect, and I take it he's not one of the elect either. These two guys are not elect. Al-Azhar is not one of the elect. And I don't even hate these guys. You know, I don't hate them. They're Israelites. They'll come back. But they're not of the elect. Only the elect is gonna make it. These guys are not of the elect. And I'm gonna clearly prove that. I'll give you one example.
Yeah, seriously, and I've had a rough couple of weeks. But again, what bitter herbs are you eating? So we're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but
that's not permissible. It's ordered. It's mandatory. You know, you can eat it if you want. It's permissible. No, it's ordered. It's part of the order. So you kept the Passover unworthily. That's in the scriptures too.
It's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating that. Somebody said.
Now, it's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating them. Guess what he didn't eat? Deuteronomy 22, 28. Brother, this damsel filled force her. Okay. Okay, let's start from here. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, meaning untouched, batwala, is not engaged, and lay hold on her, the word lay hold, and we'll look it up, and lie with her, and they be found. It's found out that he took her by force, but she wasn't engaged to be married. If she was engaged to be married or married, and she screamed, he got put to death. She was spared. If he took the woman by force and she didn't scream, they both got put to death, right? 28 verse again. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, batwala, which is not betrothed or engaged, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the fathers 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. You break it, you buy it, because he have humbled her. He may not put her away all of his days. And a man shall not take his father's wife, nor, that goes into something else. But this right here, let's pull some words out. Let's pull out lay hold. Let's pull out lay hold. All of a sudden, these guys don't know the Hebrew. A wind comes along and knock their scholar hat off. Just like he wouldn't. And this is the part of the scripture with the bitter herbs. He couldn't digest it. He spit it back up. Like a dog, vomited back up. I'm sorry. Lay hold. Let's look up the word lay hold. Tapash, to catch, handle, lay hold, arrest. And when the cops arrest you, you can use this word right here. This word does not mean grape. It means to arrest, take somebody against their will. The Roman authorities took Peter against his will, and Yahushua said that. That's in the scriptures. That's in the New Testament. He said they're gonna take you and bring you to a place that you want to go. Yahushua was talking about the Romans are going to take you and kill you. They're going to bound you up and take you to be killed. It says to catch, handle, lay hold, take hold of, seize, yield, to lay hold, say arrest, catch, to grasp, in order to do what? Have relations with her against her will. Yield. So actually, when you stick it in, she'll feel good. And like the song, what's that song by Chaka Khan? In the lyrics, she said, "Sweet surrender, sweet." See, when you get a woman, and you woo her, and you deal with her, and then she at first she's not ready, but then you get her open, so to speak, and she surrenders. It's called a sweet surrender. Sweet surrender. What song is that? Damn. And I listen to it all the time. I can't even think of the song, but I know the song by heart, but I can't even think of the name of the song. But in the lyrics, she said sweet surrender, meaning she surrenders to this guy. She might be playing hard to get, and then she surrenders to this guy because she's being arrested. Let me see. Now let me come on back. So that's taking somebody by force. I'm sorry, what is that? The 29th verse. That's the 29th verse. Then the man that lay with her. How do you lay with her? He probably talked around. Is she engaged? No, she ain't engaged. I'm gonna take that, man. And he knew he wasn't gonna be killed, stoned. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he have humbled her. Let's look up the word humble. So Hassad in the car, you can look all slick and cute in your debates, but you ain't real ones for sure. You definitely ain't real ones, all right? The Most High gonna take you two out on this side. Humble. Let's look up the word humble. And the reason why you teach that, because the head over you was Al-Azhar, and Al-Azhar didn't see it, so y'all didn't see it. The most emotional cat concerning this thing was Bishop Nate, because there's nothing deep about that guy. Most of the stuff that he pulls out is stuff that he learned from One West. Like 95%. And he knows, maybe found a couple other scriptures, and a lot of times he wings it, And like this guy, Yahushua, he said the English is good enough for me. This is why you can't see it. Because you're not a scholar. Don't tell me you're a scholar. The word there is Aina. It means to take by force. It also means to arrest. to be occupied, be bruised with. The Egyptians not us. Humbled, be afflicted, be bowed down, to put down. Doesn't say anything about being nice. Let's go to these precepts here. 83 precepts. Right, it says there's the vision that Abraham saw of the children of Israel in Mizraim. And they shall what? Afflict them 400 years. The word there is Aina. Afflict. Defiled her. This is the story of Dinah. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to be nice to them. No. They set forth taskmaster over them to afflict them. If they're not working the way you want them to work, whip them. Right, the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. Hey, they're afflicting the Israelites by sending guys like Vocab and different Christians and different people to fight. But the more they come against us, the more we grow. The more we grow. So there's no scripture here in this list of what, 83 precepts and 79 verses. You're not going to find one scripture where it says, and they were nice to them. And this is why, let me find this again. This is why Hassad can't see it, because he doesn't want to see it. He said, bitter herbs is permissible, but I don't like. Let me hear it again. He's not one of the elect. This guy right here, he's not one of the elect. Yeah, but they know them scriptures. Esau knows the scriptures too. The devil knows the scriptures and tremble. Does that mean the devil is one of the elect? They're part of Sakari, and the Most High is breaking Sakari up. IUIC may be next. Real talk.
I used to sell dope, now I don't sell nothing but hope.
Yeah, seriously, and I've had a rough couple of weeks. But again, what bitter herbs are you eating? So we're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish.
No. It's talking about the brother sweet talk the girl, rap to the girl, seduce the girl. You know, that's what they'll say, and that's not the case. And most of them guys that say that's bullshit. Because it tells you in what is that, Leviticus 22. Let me go to that. Either Leviticus 22 or Exodus 22. Let's go to Leviticus first. Leviticus 22. I believe it's the 16th verse. And all you guys got okay, it's Exodus 22 and 16, if I'm not mistaken. Exodus 22 and 16. And you know what? The Blue Letter Commentary got it right. They use the word grape. And if a man entice a maid that is not engaged and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. In other words, pay money. It says, if her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of the virgin. Well, the father's not going to do that, because who wants to deal with this woman if she already been, dealt with by another man? Nobody wants to deal with it no more. So the father gonna say, yeah, take, I don't like you, motherfucker, but take her. And where's my money? Either way, he gets money. Now it says, let me come back over here. It says, if you really want to get a deep understanding of the scriptures, you have to go into the root words. That's why IUIC is stuck. That's why Genesis is stuck. That's why Captain Tazariak is stuck. This is why we say we got 100% truth. Let me see. Okay. 50 shekels of silver. They say, when you look it up, the scholars say that 50 shekels of silver, a shekel is 4 ounces. So let's do some math here. I ain't even really going into no deep scriptures. I pretty much went into basic scriptures that we all familiar with. Calculator. Oh, by the way, and I said this 2 months ago, maybe 2 months and a week ago, that the gold will go up to $3,000 in 2 weeks. I was wrong. It took almost 2 months to go up, but I knew it was going to go up to 300 because it went up, then it went back down. Gold is now, matter of fact, I'm going to prove it. Let me do this. You know, I'm a gold and silver man. Okay, let me go to live prices. Let me go to live prices. Here we go, live prices. Look at that. That's of today. I was watching the financial channel, CNBC. And I said, maybe I'm looking at this wrong. I mean, maybe I need to wipe the coal out of my eyes. Guess what? This is as of today. $3,000. And it's going to fluctuate. You know what I'm going to do? Give me a second, y'all. I'm looking for the chart. I hadn't gone through this in a while. Let me see. Let me do it this way. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Okay, chart. Let's go to chart. See, right now, it's 2,989. About an hour, 2 hours ago, it was 300. A little bit past 300. And I'm going to prove it. Look at that. That's the chart. This right here is as of today, this morning. See, it says 3,000. It's going to fluctuate. Down here, okay, this is August 2024. It was 2,411. So from this point to today, we're talking about approximately $600. This is how these investors, they deal with commodities. They can buy, 1 million ounces of gold, and it's 1 million times 600. Let me see something. Okay, let me go back to 10 years. Let's see if it ever got, look at that. This is 10 years ago. 2015, 2016. Look at that, 1,200. It almost doubled. It damn near doubled. Nowhere near 2,000. Let me see something. I think it touched 2,000. It fluctuates. That's to now. So if you purchase, let's say 1,000 ounces of gold back in the 95, 96, gold was about $200 an ounce. You'd have been, forget about it. Okay. So let me go back to the calculator. So I'm gonna show you what. Let me see. Okay, 50 shekels, 50 times 4. 50 times 4 equals, okay, so that's 200 ounces of silver. Silver should be $150 to $200. Let's round it up to $200. Silver should be about anywhere between $150 to $200. Okay, so let's go times 200. Wait a minute now. I'm sorry. Let me do this again. I think I did something wrong. Okay, 200. Let me see, times 200 ounces times $200. Okay, maybe. Let me try it this way. Okay, it's 40,000. Maybe I messed up on the math. Okay, it's $40,000. $40,000. Which is, no. This is what I did. It's way more than 40,000. Give me a second here. Gold during that time period, you had what was called a 2-to-1 ratio. For every 2 ounces of silver, you had 1 ounce of gold. So let me do this again. Calculator. Because that's during the time of Moses, for every 2 ounces of silver, you had 1 ounce of gold. So that's a 2-to-1 ratio. So if gold, I showed you on this chart that gold is $3,000, silver back then would be $1,500. So I did the math wrong. So let's go 200 ounces times 1,500. That means if you raped the girl, you had to pay the father $300,000. $300,000. Let me do some more math. That's a lot of freaking money, man. That's a lot of money. Give me a second here. Let me see how I'm going to do this. Hey, well, that's it. So if you're an Israelite, you see a girl, you aroused by her, inside joke, aroused by her, and you can't help yourself, and she looks so good, built, smelling nice, whatever the case, the whole nine, and you just can't help yourself. You better be rich. Now you pay the 300,000, whatever I said it was, 200,000, whatever, 300,000, I think it was. You better be rich. And then on top of that, 10 years from now, you got other wives, you're tired of the wife. Guess what? You can't put her away. And then, is it a sin? Yes, because you're violating your neighbor's property, which is the daughter. So that is covered your neighbor's wife, which includes the daughter, the car, the house, whatever, the gold that he has. So but you wouldn't put to death. Okay, so we don't tell you go out and rape. Oh, well, GMS said go out and no, we don't say that. You go to jail by your fucking self. Okay? Anyway, with that, shalom, on to the next.